Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Monster Train. My name is Syken. This is the blind playthrough of the game, and so far, I think we're doing relatively well. 8 out of 25 covenants for someone who has never played the game before. That is good. We're looking at a new hero, Solgar the Martyr. So, I mentioned in the last episode that this guy looks like the most caster I've ever seen. We're playing Stygian Umbra as a combination. And we'll get both of them leveled. Umbra needs some levels because we want the second hero to be unlocked. And off we go. Let's depart. So, what are we dealing with? We got enemies enter with rage for Talos, blinding, dark sheet. Okay, this is the guy that summons the shards. And ooh, he has a draining emblem. The first spell card played each turn gets consumed. That's a nasty ability from Seraph. Alright, we're starting with Titan's Gratitude. That is a lot of spell damage. Then we got a Consume card. Add 3 uncommon or rare morsels to your hand. That's nice, we already got Consume card. And we got the Guardian Stone, which worked out relatively well the last time. We can either get Mind Jack, +2 space on the middle floor, or we're reducing the unit cost. So I think we're reducing the unit cost. That looks interesting. Good. And Solgar. Solgar itself get Incant Shard 1. So shards power Solgar's ability, whatever that means. Action. The triggers at the start of this unit's turn. So at the beginning of every turn, deal 3 damage per shard. Okay. So we would get per spell 1 shard. And then essentially we're dealing 3 times that amount of damage, and it stacks over time. Okay, cool. Then we, oh, this looks nice, 45 phased. Cannot attack, cannot be damaged or targeted in any way. Okay. Gains 1 shard. If Solgar has 4 stacks of shard, remove a phase. Okay. I wish I would know how the mechanics work in detail, but from the reading of it, shards don't seem to disappear. Okay, so this guy is a 45/45 creature, and all we need to do is we need to play 4 spells on his floor for him to be unfazed. I think that's pretty dope. Let's go. At the start of the battle, enemies appear on each floor. Yeah. We're going to lose a couple of points, I suppose. Okay. He's currently phased, right? Get some morsels, so that gives us a shard. Get some more morsels. This morsel here does have a damaging ability, which is good, so we can kill someone. This morsel will be attacked. this morsel will be attacked, but they are surviving, which means this morsel here gets eaten, right? Yeah. Okay. Frostbite. That was the second shard. No, third shard actually. Okay, we're going to take 10... no, we're actually... One of them is going to die. Yeah, we're going to take 10 damage. There we go. Mr. Big Boy is here. There's our tank. Thing is, we're likely going to lose the Guardian Stone, but that's okay. So we lost quite a bit, but our Solgar is now ready. Get 6. Put him there, deal damage, and we are fine. Good, the shards just mean he's phasing out, but it's okay. Oh. Putting a damage shield down and dishing out some damage to the boss. Good. We're already killing him, so might as well. This is a massive bit of damage. And space prism, just to get more space up there. Making these cheaper would be good. All of our creatures are already incredibly cheap, so we're good with that. However, upgrading creatures and getting an Umbra unit is potentially interesting as well, so let's do this time. I like Morse Masters, and then there's Morse of Makeup. Resolves after combat. Summon an Atumbra morsel and a Magma morsel. So that essentially happens after the combat is done. It's another way of getting of getting morsels and basically feeding our boss, I suppose. This here, of course, is easily one of the better cards. We already have morsels in our hand, so I'm not 100% sure what the morsel maker is supposed to do. If we want to cast spells, that's fine. I mean, on the other hand, this here happens automatically, so it would be good kind of for a second level if someone is in front of him. Oh, wow. Upgrade the unit with endless, that is nice. So we could make the morsel maker endless, meaning whenever he's killed, we can just re-summon him. That's neat. And then damage shield 3. Or just make him stronger. Damage shield 3 could be nice for the Guardian Stone as well. Both of them are also really good tanks. Endless. And if we make him stronger, what are the morsels going to make him stronger? That's the question, right? I mean, 25 is already really good for 0. And it only costs 1 space. Yeah, I think that's a fantastic upgrade. Not even sure why I'm thinking about that. Guardian Stone with damage shield 3 will give us a good chance if we're drawing him to basically just be a tank for a while. Purge 1 card. What do we not need? A Train Steward, potentially not that good. And we wanted this year to become a Frostbite deck, so maybe we need to work on the Frostbites as well. Phasing him here. Monster Maker, I'm not sure. I think we're maybe putting him... Let's see, this will only allow us 2 morsels, and we're just testing if that works out, right? So, no harm, no foul. Okay, we haven't eaten anything because this guy is not freed yet. There we go. Now we have finally eaten. This here will protect the others for now. And unfortunately we can't really put in more morsels. Okay, well, at least some will be surviving down there. And he should deal some damage. Our extra gold is getting away. Why is he not eating them? After the next round of combat, because there's maybe no combat there. I thought about that. He's still not eaten. Gain 1 charge. Something with those is wrong. Cardless. This was summoned from the unit card, won't appear in any card file, and it can't gain entries. Yeah, okay, good. I do understand that, but please appreciate. I would like these guys to be eaten. It's really not that difficult. Here. Might as well hit him with a spell. It now says eaten. I think these two are bugged because Fulguard wasn't there and therefore he couldn't eat. So just gotta appreciate that for the next time. Might as well deal 60 damage and we're good. Okay, 3 damage, 8 frostbite. We wanted the frostbite deck, so might as well go down that route. And 1 more space prism seems about right. Okay, so then we got the Crucible Warden. Gorge triggers when this unit eats the unit. Damage shield 1. That's perfect together with the Morsel Maker. I can basically just make Morsel Maker and Crucible in front, and then that would be awesome. Good. Although I like the artifact, I think we got 50. Well, that's still enough for an upgrade, right? It's still enough for a little bit of an upgrade. Offering momentum, okay. This guy here allows us to draw. And if we can heal him, that's a neat mechanic. Just cast spells and draw. But we have enough creatures already. So that's 1. Ooh, fantastic. So got a strong frontliner. Ooh, quintuple strike, my dude. Are we doing that? Dante is an absolute machine. Like, he wins runs by himself. And I know that if I would take him, I could make this run work, because I just need to stack something on him, let the morsels, feed the morsels into him, and he will just crush it. But I would say sorry, can't help, because we have already worked with him. Dante good, but no, I want to do something else. I want to see a couple more mechanics, basically. If I'm always just playing the same deck, then I will become too one-dimensional and can't really appreciate the game. One, two. Didn't work out. Might as well put a couple of more stones here. I need more Ember next round and a little bit more attack. I will say that lifesteal 1 is pretty damn good as well. Yeah, both of them will die. That's unfortunate. I did not put anything behind Solgar because how he tends to be a bit problematic if he isn't unleashed yet. Well, now he is unleashed, so that's good. And now all we need is more morsels. Only killed one here. Gone. Gone. And we're not drawing the right cards, we're drawing the wrong ones. Okay, we're still taking damage, but two of them will die. We will have one lead. Might as well just give him 12 frostbite and let him suffer. Crucible Warden really under pressure here. Taking frostbite on the boss. That's a good idea. Very good. Well, that cleared the room. These guys haven't been eaten, which sucks a little bit. The damage shield is helpful, some extra damage, and you get frostbite, that's fine. She will even die in this level, thanks to the frostbite. Transfer all frostbite on this floor to a unit, then double the amount of frostbite. That's exactly what we were looking for. We could have another morsel maker and essentially just feed morsels. It's an interesting deck philosophy. Do we want to do that though? We need to remove 3 stalwarts, that's 22. A gratitude, maybe 1, that's 21. We have a lot of morsels, some are consumed, though. We have some frostbite. Plenty of frostbite actually. And at the moment we do have this guy here, who's the warden, who's being fed by a morsel maker. And if we had another morsel maker, that wouldn't be too bad. The feeding, however, sometimes doesn't work, and that's what worries me a bit. But I think we're going for one more, and that's really it. There is a big bonus for having more capacity. For the top floor, we already have effectively cards for 2 extra capacity. Do we have power problems? No. Draw problems? Likely. So getting a little bit more draw would not be bad. Let's get some space and then some draw. This is good because it removes problems. This is good because we can get another frontliner. 95 gold, not really enough to deal with that. If we were to duplicate a card, I would likely duplicate the upgraded Crucible Warden. I mean damage shield. And just good stats. We got 2 morsel makers. So now we need 10 stacks in order to get him out. That's a little bit much if you ask me. Like 4 is doable, 10 plus pushing it. And the next one would be then like what, 20? specifically since the last boss has consume on all of them. I think it's almost better to give him a bit of dire channel in there. He has super good stats, which as a base is not bad, and then we'll get better stats. And then on top of it, deals damage for the shard, so there is a scaling element. Enemies have spell shield? No, I don't think that we want to play with spell shield. Prison into morsel. Into remove haste. And then this guy should eat them all up. Morsel maker. How much? 75 gold. How many shards? 2. I put a morsel maker in here. That really does not create a shard. It will kill him though, so we're getting 75 gold. Now we're again stuck with these 2 morsels that just don't do anything, but what thing, man. Hopefully he's actually eating them up. Don't want to deal with haste, but I have no option against it, unfortunately. See, he ate them, but these 2 didn't disappear. That must be a game bug. It's hard for me to imagine that it's not. Really stuck. Good, these 2 are dying. He's getting bigger and bigger, like really fat. But since these guys have haste, they're going for the top floor. Good. Kill these guys. This is annoying, really annoying. I need to put him here for the greed for the 75 gold. Now it starts biting me in the rear. doing life steal, a little bit of health. Good, very good. He's already dead, fantastic. Yeah, these glutinous warriors are actually super good. Consume applies 6 frostbite to enemy units, to all of them. Deal 5 damage to enemy units and 5 frostbite 10. I mean, this would be 27 cards. Lycan, what are you doing? You're still trying to do that frostbite deck, I know. Void binding, damage shield 2, ember drain. Nah, we're skipping. Thanks, bro. We're good. Trinket shop, card removal, and I think that will be the name of the game because our units are reasonably upgraded. And our biggest problem is too much stuff in this deck. Seriously, just too much stuff. One train steward. And this is crazy. Four going powers. I mean, frostbite, it's nice and all, but this is enormous. Another train steward. Good. What does it have? First time each turn enemy unit dies. Add 2 morsel units to your hand. Okay. When you summon the second unit during the turn. Oh, it's not bad. This will give us quite a bit. Forge abilities trigger an additional time. That is exactly what we're currently playing. And remove another card from the deck. Good, we're down to 25, respectively 24 cards, so that's more manageable. It feels more like a deck that is actually feasible. Multi-strike, but we get an artifact. The stealth guys are tough. Let's try to do it without multi-strike, because we don't have quick. Colors are up here. Damage shield. That. He's eating them. And we're at 3 shards. Okay. This guy will die automatically because we do have shards. Monster Maker to here. Feed the beast. Good, and if we're doing this, then the hammer will drop automatically, killing the tank right away. That was a neat combination. Low floor, just adding a little bit more oomph here. This is a nice ability, but we don't have a lot of frostbite yet. And the boss isn't really showing. So instead, let's just do this, and he will take a lot of damage. Okay. Frostbite, fantastic. Lots of morsels. And we're keeping the front line alive here. That's a neat combination, those two parts together. Frostbite. And more frostbite. Good, he has 7 frostbite, that's not that much. We're having like how many shards? 13 or so, 39 points of damage. Now we're waiting. The Guardian stone is... The Guardian stone is very helpful, specifically on the last map. Since we have endless, he's going to continue to summon. That is funny. All right, we are summoning guest. I like it. He's already dead because he cannot penetrate. He cannot penetrate the damage shield. Man, these gorges are phenomenal. Don't need anything here. Triggered feeding on units with eaten abilities. Okay, so you can basically just eat and then let them eat again. Damage shield, rage and amber drain. Yeah, we don't need to have that, but that is a neat combination for another deck. I think we take spell upgrades and also an artifact. Steward. What is steward units? Spells get an extra upgrade slot. Or steward units gain damage shield and multi-strike. Who are steward units? Oh, the train stewards that I removed. Good. We're taking that extra upgrade. Thank you. Yeah, with that upgrade, the train stewards would become really good, actually. Apply multi-strike and fragile to a friendly unit. Okay. Apply quick to a unit. Or apply endless to a friendly unit. Which units? I mean, these guys here, they would be endless, then they would just be coming back. One of the morsel makers is already endless. I think you can't, although quick is always good. Fragile would be something for the backline, but it means if they only take one point of damage, they automatically die. We're going with quick. Good card, very good card. And it removes itself after a while. So, cost reduction. What's the most important one? I think we could argue that these shade spitters are pretty important. That frostbite thing is not bad either. Perfect for permafrost, by the way. And then we do have a holdover, like what is something that we want every single round? And I think the answer to that would be likely Shade Splitter. Extra magic power on the hammer, 110. A staple that is always good. Yeah, the reroll does not really make a lot of sense. We don't have enough to purchase afterward. So rather keep the gold. This will be a neat combination, look here. And, fantastic. Frostbite, we're getting a shard. Consume that. Endless Morsel Maker here. Unfortunately, not enough to get Solgar out of his face. See, that's why I think 10 spells are a bit crazy. Good, now finally he's ready. We need demo shield on him, yes please. A little bit of that. Another demo shield. More attack power. A little bit of that. And life steal. Okay, cool. Well. Seems legit. Making him quick. Does this apply frostbite to all units? Yes, it does. Fantastic. He will die. Do we have multi-strike? No. How does he still die? Ah, yeah. We got shards that deal damage. Okay, that makes sense. Put more shards there. And then this should be cheaper because then we can just pick all of his frostbite and put it onto this guy. Good, very good. Yeah, these Crucible Warrens are so strong. That combination is actually quite goated. Look at it, we're killing him on the first turn. It's unbelievable. Put that in, more frostbite, and we're good. It's a combination of frostbite, which granted I haven't really mastered yet. And then the whole crucibles. That's crazy. This is not bad. This is okay as well, but we don't need it. More room or more draw? We had situations where we needed more pyre. I think we're going with one more pyre because we have enough room. That's fine. Can duplicate a card here. That's very strong. What would we duplicate if we had the free choice? I mean, this isn't upgraded enough, that's the problem. The artifact could be whatever, so we don't know. Now we're going for spell upgrades because that's really what we need at the moment. Specifically magic power and cost reduction. And spells can be upgraded thrice, so for starters, this here needs to become cheaper. It is good, but it needs to become much cheaper. Hammer is getting slowly but surely to a crazy level of damage. And holdover. Imagine if I put that hammer into holdover, then we're having those discard the card at random, and the hammer would slash everything around. The other side is, imagine I have 4 Frost Effigy as holdover, and we're just doubling Frostbite from the beginning on towards the boss. I think we're doing the hammer just because I like the idea. Reroll, and we still can do a bit here. 75 damage is good. This could be for free, or this could be down to 1, which I think is worth it. Good. Deal 5 damage per shard, or just crazier stats. I think we're just going to do the shard deal damage thing. He already has crazy enough stats. And he has 20 armor. That's nasty. There we go. He's at it again. All over. Thank you. Can we get this guy? I mean, this is also crazy damage. There we go. Let him eat. Unfortunately, the 100G will go. Need more damage. He's going to come back next turn. Can we somehow kill him? It won't hurt him, that's the problem. We still need to kill him. That way this guy takes so much damage that we're reducing the damage on our side. Good, these guys need to figure it out. That was good. The hammer actually is coming in clutch here. Let's make him quick. That seems legit. Only downside with the hammer is did I just F it up? I don't know, that's close, that's really close. This guy will come through. Downside with the hammer is it is only hitting the target. Okay, that was indeed very close. The 20 armor, our deck is not the best in just killing them in one go. It just isn't. It's very good at continuous damage. This is where it excels, but it is not great at anything else. Good. Need extra amber. Need a lot more damage. Okay, well. You are going to feed our good friend here. Then we got frostbite. Okay. And that is doubling it. And luckily this combination is too strong for him. You want damage to a random enemy 5 times, okay. Silence, frozen. Don't need any of that. Apply damage shield at 2 uncommon rare morsels. This is not bad. This is actually not bad. Excavation Eruption can also be nice, but we don't have enough spell power, and we're 26 cards in. I just can't make the deck any thicker. This here is the right way. We need to remove stuff, and then get trinkets, and get a bit of fire back. So what's the plan, good sir? You need to leave. Don't need you. And then I think we're just going to take one of those foregoing powers out. Frostbite is nice, but we're having so many of them that we're making it hard for our deck to draw anything. Cost reduction 0. If we double stack something, then what is that? Oh, frostbite, okay. Well, that is not too bad. So for starters, 4 frost down to 0. Okay. Double stack. We could take this one here. 12 frostbite is nothing to sneeze at. Then this here is massive damage and we're consuming the whole thing. So that effectively removes it from our deck. Permafrost. This could be a good permafrost. Space Prism will be played immediately, so there is no permafrosting that. This could be a good permafrost. Extra damage, I like it. And we have enough other stuff that we can play. Remove it back to 0 cost. And before we put permafrost in, I rather want to check for trinkets, because they typically are 200 to 50% for spell weakness. That's good. I think we're just going to take that. Good. And that means no permafrost. And we're going for the end fight. First spell card played each turn gets consumed, so keep that in mind. Unless, of course, that spell card already has consumed. This guy is attacking 3 times, but does not have an attack value at the moment. But that was the consume card. We're leaving the Guardian Stone. Okay. Monster Maker. That's exactly what they're supposed to do. This would be a kill into a potential further kill. Currently consume. No. Which one would we want to consume? I like the idea of double stacking. I would like to keep the hammer. Good, there we go. Consumed. We're keeping the hammer with basically that to that. Good, this would be consumed, that's fine. The hammer would still stay. Good, we need to kill more of these guys. Done. Done. And he will eat his friend. 2 points of damage. Okay. Could potentially play the Crypt Hammer to kill one of these guys. That might have been a mistake. Because without playing him, it'll not be on our hand anymore. Man, we're taking a lot of damage here. And we really don't have a spell or anything to counter that. That might be GG. Hit points. We're just not dealing enough damage. Takes a couple of hits. Takes a couple of hits. We're the Pyre will not be able to get all of these done. We don't have AoE clear, we don't have sweep, and we don't have multi-strike, and that's, I think, in the end, what blows that wide open. Say if these morsel makers would have had sweep, or I would have given the Crucible Warden sweep, then the whole thing. Well, we didn't get the option for a sweep, but that would have looked different with that. Well, it was still a good run overall. Made it to the very end. Saw a nice boss, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But I think we still learned quite a bit. Next time we're going to play with maybe a different combination, but I want to do that Stygian, maybe Stygian plus a Woken. I want to still win with that guy. And we're going to see that in the next episode. Take care, have a good one, and bye-bye.